Welcome back to the Everton Career Mode here on FC25. This final season is going okay so far. Strong in the Champions League, into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Our FA Cup journey will start today, and we're only 4 points off top in the Premier League as well, with Chelsea to come, potentially, in today's episode as well. So, we lost to them last time we played them. If we can beat them finally in today's video, then fingers crossed we will be in a good spot. De Kuyper's injured here, but that's absolutely something we can deal with Mikolenko available. I'm going to have to put O'Brien in for Branthwaite here just for stamina, and Esposito will come out for Richarlison as well, but we should comfortably be able to see off the threat of Brighton before we then head to the game against Newcastle. We get a 2-1 win. Richarlison seems to be scoring very regularly at the minute. City draw, Chelsea won, but that will close us in on Manchester City. And now it's third versus fourth. Fourth place Newcastle. Kimmich is back in the 11 after his injury, but I am contemplating starting Yunus Musa now that he's 84 rated ahead of Kimmich in Simmers as well as played. I think I'm going to. Yunus Musa, I think, just makes more of an impact, and Joshua Kimmich is going to be a good player to bring on to kind of shore up a defensive position if we need one. Although Musa is going to be would be a good player to come on and make an impact if we need an attacking threat. But we have players like Richarlison and Iliman Ndiaye that can come on and have that sort of influence on the side if we need. So Musa's not the go-to for that sort of role, whereas I don't really have any other options outside of Kimmich for a kind of defensive midfielder that is of proper top quality. So Newcastle away will be the next game. Still 4 points to Chelsea, but only a single point behind City now, and our goal difference is very much right back in contention with theirs. Chelsea still lead the way by a long way. 40 goals so far for them in 18 games is very good, averaging more than 2 goals every single game and only conceding 1. Yikes. Chelsea is strong again, the current reigning champions. Let's go and play Newcastle then. I'll say thank you to 3 of you on the board behind me. Say thank you to White Wolf, to Abdi Pedababu, and to Sander Holvik as well for your continued support in the comment section. Thank you for that. Do keep it coming. Drop the video a like as well, of course, if you're enjoying. And for now, hopefully you will enjoy us winning against Newcastle. Newcastle have a pretty good team, to be fair. Di Gregorio in goal made some outrageous saves against us towards the end of last season. Lloyd Kelly's a bit of a weak spot in the defence, and other than that, they are really good. They're averaging 83 or 84 in most positions, and some, like Isak and Palacios, are up in the late 80s as well. We have some late 80s of our own. Frankie de Jong is 88, Palacios 87, Isak 87. But we've got Dovbyk at 88 now. We've got quite a few 84s or 85s in our midst now that we've been improving continually. So we should be a good challenge for this Newcastle side and provide a pretty entertaining game of football here. Sané with a good touch. Dovbyk, little back heel to find Sané. That is not a back heel, nor is that Sané. So our Cancelo, though, in a great spot, looking for Esposito, who can not get the run on Niklas Süle. Dovbyk will nod that to Musa. He won't. He'll punch it to Musa. Handball, free kick. Well in, Roger Ibanez. Nicely done to Kuyper. Forward to Chaibi. Looking for Esposito immediately. And we'll lift that. Kelly tried to play Dovbyk offside. We said Lloyd Kelly was the weak link. And it was Lloyd Kelly that was not in line with the rest of his defence. Playing Dovbyk on. You don't catch him. You don't save those. 1-0 Everton. A great way to start. Bradley. Okay. Bradley going. And here's Isak. Good block. Oh, no! Wow. I don't know how Ramsdale saved that. I'm sure he dived to the first effort. We're going to see a replay. We're not, unfortunately, I don't think. It's going to be straight to the corner. Get a look at Eddie Howe's face instead. Gordon. Well in, Ibanez. Chaibi feeds it well. And he's away from him here, Esposito. Dovbyk didn't necessarily make any run that made any sort of sense there, but we are forward and Sané's in behind. And Esposito's in the middle, just trying to get it over Süle. Seemingly easier said than done. Chaibi's in though. Faris Chaibi, good block by Connor Bradley. Time for a corner. Sané will deliver and does well. Ibanez over the bar. Esposito over the top. Esposito over the top. Get it down and away from Sula, please. Oh, the finish wasn't great. I was trying to go across goal. He's hit it straight at Di Gregorio. It sat up beautifully for the sort of finish I was after. Just couldn't actually provide it. Gordon. William Ferguson. Alright, not William Ferguson. Okay. Gordon. How many times can you tackle someone and that person just walks through the challenge? How many times? Drill it to Dovbyk, round the corner quickly. Sané, Richarlison's the man on the move. Richarlison's the man in. Richarlison is the man who's not going to extend our lead. Been really difficult to create a second goal here against Newcastle. They've not been amazing going forward, but Mateus Cunha's definitely had an impact off the bench before, so I am going to be wary of him. Pepelou's been rock solid since coming on off the bench. Actually decided to go to Pepelou rather than Kimmich. Chabi, oh God, if he just got it under control the first bloody time. He's been disappointing, Chabi. For an 86 rated player, he really doesn't play like it, which has been a real shame. Isak could be in here. Isak is in here. All because Faris Chaibi forgot to bring the football with him. I really wanted more from Chaibi. He's probably better at cam. But out wide, he has been a liability at times. No one near Isak. The marking's null and void. Just completely wide and through the bloody middle of the gap. It's a good finish, but you expect so of someone the quality of Alexander Isak. Dovbyk will get this out quickly, but it's the last kick of the game, effectively. Newcastle get a point. That win, as it was, would have been vital for us closing down Chelsea and Manchester City. As it happens, City lost 2-1 to Fulham, and Chelsea are in the first minute against West Ham, where it's currently 0-0. So that'll draw us level with City, but we could have been above them. I think we will be above them, maybe on goal difference because they've lost, or it might still be +1 in their favour. But if we'd have won, we definitely would be above them, and it wouldn't be any question of it. Still in third on goal difference, I think. Yep. In fact, we're level on goal difference. It's goals scored that they're ahead of us by. Chelsea were victorious in the end, so they are 6 points clear at the top at the halfway stage of the Premier League season. So annoying to concede late on like that against Newcastle when we dominated the game. Just could not find that second goal, and it has cost us. A youngster going out on loan, a youngster whose face is fixed thanks to the most recent patch. Nice to see that youth players now don't look like monstrosities, actually look like genuine human beings now, so that bodes well for the RTG when that starts in a couple of weeks' time. That's Henry Davies on his way to Como. Thank you for the £5 million, Como. January the 1st, we are into the transfer window. Like I say, we don't have any current plans to do anything of note. I'd be open to signing another higher rated centre-back to come in as a backup ahead of someone like O'Brien or Chancellor Mbemba. We get a 3-2 defeat. Of course, Chaibi scores twice in that game as if to try and make up for the last one. But Somerville hat-trick gives West Ham the win as Man City win 5-0 against Newcastle. I think Chelsea won there as well. Everton next versus Chelsea in the... no, Musa injured. How long for? 2 weeks. Appendicitis. Some of the new... In games, they're picking up some weird injuries. We had someone pick up a virus in-game, and now appendicitis picked up in-game. It's really weird how... Like, yes, they're real-life injuries, but surely they should happen in between games, in training, rather than... Or just in day-to-day life between games, rather than specifically, I caught a virus whilst I was on the pitch. Did you? My appendix burst whilst I was on the pitch. Did it? All right. Sorry, Yunus. You're out for now. Joshua Kimmich is going to be back into the 11. Annoyingly, Newcastle get Coventry in the Carabao Cup. Semi-final, match day 1 on its way. We will sim these because, well, it's the Carabao Cup and we've already won that competition. So we will throw Kimmich in. Musa's going to be out for a couple of weeks, which is manageable. I'm really annoyed that we lost that game to West Ham. I don't care about losing to Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. We expected to lose to Chelsea when we played them in the league, and did. It's beating Chelsea in the league that we want to do. A message from Pepperloo's going to be like, I want to play. Well, quite frankly, Mr. Pepperloo, you are going to play in the game against West Brom, which comes next. 4-2-3-1 for West Brom here today. Just one non-real life player in there, I think. Might have been Felix Young. Alex Mowat in the midfield is going to be decent for them. Joe Wilsmith's a capable goalkeeper, though I think Alex Palmer might be their real life number one. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Daryl Dyke, obviously a familiar name for you on the bench for them too. Regardless, it should be a straightforward game. We've heavily rotated, but we should be able to heavily rotate against Championship opposition and still get the result. We want to win the FA Cup this year, so I'm not taking any risks with the FA Cup. We're going to play every game in that competition, and we'll have to figure out the Champions League knockouts when we get there as well. We might sim the first leg and then play the second if we need to. That will probably be the best way to go about doing so. Richarlison looking to find himself in here. Gets it back to Chaibi, who I thought I'd try at striker, seeing since he has striker as a position, and he scored 2 goals in his last game. Maybe out wide on the left is just the wrong place to play him. Or maybe he's found his level in the Championship at 86 rated. Either or. He's gone down and stayed down there, the West Brom man. And the referee... Oh, he's given a foul. I thought he was going to stop play because he was having to come off. He's, in fact, trying to help create an opportunity for his team now. Or maybe even potentially score one. Rides that challenge well. Has a shot. And ballses it up. Oh, that's gorgeous. I mean, fair play, West Brom. That's a great goal. That quick first-time pass through to the striker just completely wiped out all of my defensive unit. And it was a first-time finish as well. It was. That's a very good goal. Pepperloo now will bring it forward. Young trying to close me down and failing. Drill that in there. Lovely ball to Chaibi. Looking for Richarlison. I tried a first-time finish on my own, and we said Will Smith was a decent keeper. He's kept that out very well. Pepperloo with the ball in. Hansen's up. That's going wide. Oh, it's going in. It's an own goal. Calamity at the back for West Bromwich Albion. I'm sure it was going wide. The defender stuck his toe out. It's bobbled up off said toe. The keeper has clawed at it and tried his best, but it's gone over the line. Was the effort from Hansen going in, or will it go down as an own goal? Oh no, I'm sure that's definitely going wide. It's going to be painful for the keeper going into the... or was it? I don't know. Keeper's done everything he can, but then... Well, I might well have broken a bloody rib on the post. Did it go down as an own goal? Did it go down as... yeah, it's gone down as an own goal. Sorry, West Brom. You did excellently to get level, and then you've shot yourselves in the feet there. Sorry. Richarlison is going to be available at the back stick if we can dig out across to find him, which we can. Oh, I was trying to get it across to Chaibi. He just didn't come narrow, unfortunately. Nice header by Hansen. Lay that in front of the man. Pepperloo. Switch. Plenty of space for Carey. Good touch. Good cross. And a terrible finish, but everybody ended up on the floor. I think we've got a corner. Come on, let's make it 2. Jake O'Brien. Sorry, let's make it 3. Jake O'Brien. It's still 2. Kimmich out to Carey. Well, I will drill it to Richarlison. I'll lay it into Dogbik. And surely this was game. R10, mate. It was a similar sort of chance that arguably, in the game against Arsenal, cost us the league last season. I was hoping, now that you're a couple of ratings higher, you'd have improved from there. And those sort of chances you would have smashed, albeit on your weak foot, 5-star weak foot, into the top corner. Apparently, not. You're a great goal scorer at R10, but sometimes you really do let me down. Thankfully, we don't, as I say, we don't need the goal. What is happening with their defence here? They just... Dovbyk Go on, we'll go for something fancy, because quite frankly, it's ludicrous defensive AI. All right, 89th minute. It's still 2-1, thanks to the own goal. I've had plenty of chances to try and make it 3, but Will Smith... I keep wanting to call him Wildschmidt. I don't know why. Wildschmidt. I think there must be a German player called Wildschmidt that we've played against more regularly than Joe Wildsmith. Wildsmith has been comfortably able to keep us out for another time. And West Brom, if they score here, will make me quite annoyed, actually. Goal kick. We will be through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Although it was not as straightforward as I hoped it would be. But job done. Ordinarily, you'd argue that Aston Villa at home would be absolutely one that you need to play. But they're 16th in the league right now, Aston Villa. Really having a frustratingly poor time for them in the table. Bournemouth are up in bloody 4th. But, I mean, it's quite tight. If you look, 30 points for Spurs in 6th. And 25... Liverpool are 15th. 25 points for Aston Villa in 6th. Only 5 points off 6th in 16th. Wolves in 17th are only 6 points off the European spots. Leeds, Leicester and Middlesbrough in the bottom 3. Middlesbrough have managed to pick themselves up a victory, but I think they're destined to go down. We will sim Villa, sim Brentford, sim Midtjylland and play Chelsea at the end of the episode, where hopefully we will get a result. Put Kimmich in here, and obviously have to take Musa out, as he's still injured, unfortunately, for a little bit longer with that appendicitis. Injured feels like the wrong term when someone's got something like appendicitis. He's unwell. He's not injured. He's just unwell. Win, please. Thank you. João Cancelo in the 50th minute. Aston Villa's poor season continues to deteriorate. Liverpool get a win, so that should shoot them up the table a little bit, with it being as close as it has been. We have Brentford. Brentford in 11th. Brentford can be a bit of a bogey team sometimes. They have been in previous saves, specifically the RTG last year. We're getting bids for some fringe players, but nothing that we'd consider accepting at this stage. A couple of players are unhappy at the moment about their lack of first team football and creating a little bit of discontent in the squad, which might well affect morale in the longer term, but we're trying to rotate as best we can. And when European games come back, those fringe players will get more first team football. Brentford away then will be this next one. Musa not quite yet fit and able to play, so Pepperley will pop in on this occasion because Pepperley is absolutely capable of doing a job. Tim again can go onto the bench. Well, go on then. O'Brien has been absolutely ranting and raving about not getting any first team football, so we'll throw him onto the bench. And DI's been pretty pissed at me as well, so we'll throw him in for Chaibi, and I will throw Sané out on the wing. And we should, I know I say this every time almost, with our side, we should be winning games like that. It's a draw. Ndiaye and Dovbyk. Dovbyk missed a penalty or had a goal disallowed. I can never remember what that symbol means. I think it's a missed penalty in the 17th minute. So it's a 2-2 draw there, as well, some big results, but I couldn't quite see Chelsea or Manchester City there. We'll have a quick look at the Premier League table as we head in towards this Champions League game. Chelsea haven't played yet, so the gap is 6 points currently, could rise to 9. We're getting close to an area where we're probably going to have to start playing more Premier League games in the second half of the season if we genuinely want to win the title. So we'll play that by ear, but we might end up playing a bit more football in the second half of the season than we have in the first. So we're trying to accelerate through the season, but obviously we want to make sure that we win the competitions. There's no point accelerating through and not ensuring that we at least do something in terms of trying to win those competitions. Otherwise, I might as well have not done the 6th season in the first place. Sorry, 4th season in the first place. You want to play? I'll think about it, Iliman. To be fair, against Midtjylland, absolutely you can play. So we'll whack you in for this. Musa is fit again. Iliman Ndiaye will come in on the right. Richarlison always starts up top in the Champions League, and Bemba will get a game here, but I will start a relatively strong side as we try and make sure with a win here. Neil, how? So frustrating. Doesn't make any sense. I know on the odd occasion, yes, lesser sides are able to get a decent result against bigger sides, but let's be honest. the team that we're putting out in some of these simmers should be wiping the floor with almost anyone that stands in their way. Charlton Mbemba has been approached by Crystal Palace. A number of players have been approached by other clubs, which is fine. We're obviously not doing another season, so Jacob Bryan is free to go to Freiburg at the end of the season if he so wishes, because he's not going to have any more football here. He's not even going to get to play for Freiburg because this save is going to get deleted at the end of this. Charlton Mbemba will go to Crystal Palace. It's fine. The big one. Now, this is one we cannot afford to lose. If we beat Chelsea, then we're very much still in a strong position. If I lose to Chelsea, we're really not in a great position at all in terms of trying to win the Premier League this season. So, let's beat Chelsea. Chelsea line up slightly differently to the side that beat us back at Stamford Bridge in, I think, actually just the last episode. Karnaseki, D'Angelo, John Stones, Mancini and Vega, Tchouameni, Tonali, Yilmaz, Gula, Samuel Lino and Yusuf En-Nesyri. Joao Felix dropped to the bench, as well as one of the defenders who I can't recall off the top of my head dropped to the bench as well. But effectively, a very similar side, especially in terms of rating in FC terms. So, particularly tough game this, as expected. We will be up against it for most of it, but fingers crossed, with crosses like that, maybe we can find a way through. Esposito is going to fall. I think Esposito was off. He was. Fans were calling for a penalty as Esposito crumbled, but no dice. It's D'Angelo at right back. That was the other one, the other change. Chabi, lay this in front of Musa. He's got the legs to get away, and he's still going. Out to Sané. Little dink. It was meant for Dovbyk. Dovbyk could get to this. Has done. What a save by Karnaseki. Brilliant reactions by the Italian. Sané to deliver the ball into the middle from the corner. Lewis Ferguson's up with an excellent header in terms of connection, but not in terms of direction. Just looking for man back. There's Ferguson. Musa's arrived. Musa from range. Oh my God, it's a hell of an effort. It's hit the post, come back, hit the keeper on the hand after it's hit the post, not before, and bounced away. Has Yunus Musa got amazing long shots that I wasn't aware of? Or was that just a one-off fluke? Either way, it very nearly ended up in the back of the net for a stunning opening goal. Well in, Branthwaite. Yilmaz stayed down there for a moment. Look for Esposito. Do I go Dovbyk? Yes. Dovbyk's in. Dovbyk's on. Dovbyk's in the box. Dovbyk's doing dangerous things here. Karnaseki with a good save. Only option I had was to just try and force a shot and hope for a lucky goal or a corner. And Kunku. En-Nesyri. Thank the Lord for Aaron Ramsdale. I thought it was Newcastle all over again. Sané on near post duty. Sané completes near post duty. Seconds are ticking away. It will be a 0-0 draw against Chelsea. That was such a frustratingly difficult game to play. I felt toothless in attack and helpless in defence, but somehow we kept them out. We had twice as many chances as them, but I felt like, such a difficult game. It keeps Chelsea within touching distance at the top of the table. It could really do with some more morale. I don't know why morale's dropped. Like, we've been playing well, getting some decent results, but even my first teamers are like getting into the content rather than the happy. With Bayern Munich to start the episode tomorrow, which is going to be pretty huge. It's Bayern Munich and Spurs, I think, in the calendar here for the end of January, which is going to be Liverpool, not Spurs. Christ, Bayern and Liverpool within a week. Then the second leg against Chelsea. Then Brentford in the FA Cup. We'll find out what the such a difficult run in. Newcastle, City, Man United, Brighton, Spurs. That's tough. That's really difficult. If we don't win the Premier League, but we do win the Champions League, I'd say it's been a successful season and a successful save. If we only win the FA Cup, I'd be very, very frustrated. I don't think we got any transfer bids, do we? Newcastle have bid for... they're just contract talks, though, aren't they? Yeah. Tottenham want Carey. They can go somewhere else. And Barcelona want Branthwaite. Well, you can go somewhere else as well. Jared Branthwaite's going nowhere, thank you. People are able to leave on freeze. That's fine by me. Bayern Munich at home will give us an idea of what will be like against Europe's better sides. We obviously played Inter and drew, played Leverkusen and beat them earlier in the season. So we have an idea. But the more data we have for a conclusion, the better. And obviously Bayern, presumably, are going to have a ridiculously good side. We're very comfortable in the league phase here at the minute on 13 points. Not got any worries at all about going out. And just one more win, or even probably just one more point, would guarantee us progression. It's Bayern and then a relatively... Is it? No, I think this Bayern one might be the last game. So just avoiding defeat against Bayern, I think, should be enough to see us through. Yeah, it's the last game of the Champions League phase. Just avoiding defeat against Bayern will be enough, I think, to see us through. Obviously, if we can win it, then great. But we'll wait and see what happens. I've not got really much money to do anything in January anyway. 25 maybe? 25. It's not gonna do me anything, is it? So we'll try desperately to get ourselves back towards the top end of the table. Obviously not far away. Man City top and Spurs top of the Europa League and Europa Conference League respectively. 7 points to Chelsea, 4 to City. Our win against Chelsea has done wonders for my confidence of winning the Premier League this season. If we can batter Liverpool the same way we did last time, then I'll be very happy. But it's close, but not as close as I'd like it to be. Or at least I'd rather be in Chelsea's position. That's all for today. That's all for this week. I think this is Friday's episode. Join me on Monday, where we have a Merseyside derby and Bayern Munich before then powering, hopefully, headfirst into a strong season run-in. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you later.